Thank you very much, Jackie. Congratulations on the book. I'm looking forward to reading it. I think that the great thing about Shelley, and some people may have read the book that was written some years ago by Paul Foote, who is sadly no longer with us, but who described Shelley as a revolutionary, as somebody who he died obviously when he was very, very young, had all the enthusiasm and revolutionary ideas of youth, and I guess even if he'd lived to an old age, he probably wouldn't have lost them, because you can never tell that kind of thing. The amazing thing, I think, about Shelley's writing is firstly how it isn't really taken up by the sort of mainstream poetry agenda. You know, you don't see a lot of pro-Shelley events and so on. But that secondly, how, and I know we're going to hear some readings from it, which will be fantastic, but how very, very inspiring and moving and relevant to modern politics it is. And in the context of Stop the War, I just wanted to say that the film We Are Many, which as Jackie says takes its title from the lines in the Mask of Anarchy, is a celebration of millions of people protesting and taking action and doing all those sorts of things. And if you think about the way in which Shelley's verse has a relevance for us today, it still does. All the things that he talked about, tyranny and dictatorship and inequality and the way in which some people behave in terms of the government. We have a visit this week of the Egyptian President Sisi, who was engaged in a coup, but that goes down fine in Downing Street because they sell lots of, they do business with Egypt just as they do with Saudi Arabia. All those things are as relevant today, if not more relevant, than when Shelley was writing about them. And I think it's a great tribute to him that new generations keep finding Shelley and keep finding the relevance of what he's doing. I'll just say in terms of the present with anti-war, we have had now 14 years of the war on terror. None of these wars end. You know, only last month the hospital was bombed in Afghanistan by the Americans. None of these wars are ending. The war in Iraq hasn't ended, the war in Syria hasn't ended, the war in Libya, the war in Afghanistan. None of these wars end. We have a major job to try to reverse government foreign policy. We hope that we are getting somewhere. It's been announced today, although denied by George Osborne, so it's probably true, that they're not going to go for a vote on bombing Syria in Parliament. I think that's a tribute to all the people who campaign and continue to campaign. And I've always thought, as a campaigner all my life, and somebody who's loved poetry all my life, I've always thought that actually one of the main inspirations to campaigners is exactly the artists and the poets and the writers who are so important to giving us a vision of the future and a critique of the present, which isn't just in prose, but which really speaks to our deepest feelings. And I hope that tonight we'll hear some of that poetry. And just to say again, well done on the book, Jackie, and congratulations.
Thank you.